Hello, hello. We're not gonna we're gonna act like I wasn't live just 30 minutes ago and failing. Because that's not what happened. This is the first this is the first stream where the previous one didn't you know, just some technical difficulties. And I figured out what the issue was. If anyone's curious, Microslop did it again. They did it again. They somehow are addicted to trying to make their product worse. In the most recent update of VS Code, for anyone else who has this issue, I don't know why chat's still broken, but if anyone else has this issue, Microsoft decided it'd be a great idea to disable IntelliSense. Disable IntelliSense by default. And you have to re-enable it. Someone was actually saying this in chat, but I wasn't listening. I saw the message, but I never listened. And then, yeah, so apparently Microsoft was like, you know what? We actually don't need IntelliSense anymore because everyone just uses Copilot. How absolutely stupid is that? How brain, like, do they know that, like, how people actually write code? This is gonna be one of the stupidest changes I've ever actually seen. Like, God forbid we actually want to, like, write out our words and have, like, it took you 10 years to fix it. XU, were you the one that was telling me to do this? I don't know when this update came out, but yeah, that was okay. Yeah, I did see your message, but there were so many people spamming, I didn't know. Yours was actually a real one. But no, dude, like, what are we doing? How can Microslop consistently make their products worse? Like, actually unbelievable. How do you re-enable it? Right here. Add this to your settings.json. Yeah, genuinely baffling of a, like, actually baffling why they would ever do that change. Okay, yeah, so we're gonna start the stream, you know. Hey, I'm working on Minigames today. Working on Minigames. Yeah, this is the start to the stream. There clearly was not a 20-minute stream before this of me not being able to type. Okay, so where were we? I have this minigame entrance. What I did is I put a collection service tag minigame entrance on it, and they'll have an ID for each minigame. I'm thinking each minigame will have, like, a maybe cooldown on it, which will be defined somewhere. It'll have rewards, that kind of stuff. So I need to bind the actual model to potentially maybe some class. We're trying to maybe think through it. How I want to do this on the server side. On client, obviously, we want to make the whole, like, you know, proximity prompts, you know, press E to enter, like, click it to join, that kind of thing. On server, I guess the client would request, I want to play this mini game. Let's start there. Let's say function, mini. Dude, I can't type. Minigame, server, request. Join minigame or start minigame? Join. And then we need to give client access to it. That. We'll need to see if the player is currently in a minigame. And what their ID is. If they are in one. So we're probably going to want service player data as well. So I'll say self.playerData is service player data.new. And we'll say the template will be local player data template. Wait, I haven't used this yet. Const. Whoa. No way. Add potion for slime damage and goop. I'm thinking I can do those potions for minigame rewards, actually. Okay, so let's just say minigame ID. And like this is the minigame that they're currently in, basically. Maybe just like current mini game. Is minigames for the next update? I have no idea. This is what I'm doing for potentially the next update. There is other stuff that's being worked on, not by me though. That will obviously come out on Friday. I low-key don't want to use const. Kind of is freaking me out. And then they'll also say what minigame they want to join. Minigame ID. It should just be a string. Then I'll make a little function. Is in minigame. If self is in minigame, then return false. We'll add a little message. We also need to see the zone that's required for the minigame. Which we'll do just based off of like where this minigame entrance, I can't really see it, but where this is parented. So see how it's a child of zone 5? That means it requires zone 5 in order to use. Let's just say minigames, and then purchase like that, and then we'll do maybe it'll just be like purchase equals false, last, or I guess like last reward, previous play. I like that. And then I'll make a new thing just called minigames.luau. And this will just be basically a huge table of all of the minigames. Like how much they cost, that kind of thing. Yeah. For now, we're gonna have one that's just called test. I feel like we need to do this inside of data template. What's up, Andrew? So what I'm thinking is I can grab all of them. Using collection service here. So I could do collection service. Get instance added signal, and it would be minigame entrance. And then we'll also do so stupid. Whatever. Got a PvP minigame? Maybe. You ever use AI to code your game? Yeah, I utilize AI. It's a tool. It's never just like, hey, make me this game, but it can be helpful for simple tasks. I'm sure I will use Codex for this, like giving this minigame system, but I find like you want to make the structure first. Otherwise, AI starting from the beginning, I've learned is kind of not ideal. Okay. So then I'll say minigames ID dot model will be model local zone type zone is a number. Make an endless minigame where stronger and stronger slimes spawn each round. That'd be cool. I think minigames are gonna be like more basic than that though. Like just like little mechanics, almost like carnival games. I think the other stuff could be paired with like almost like raids in a sense. Which game has it at the same time, David? What did you eat today? I made a buffalo chicken wrap. Make a minigame where you gotta shoot stuff with your slime gun. I'm thinking of that. I think that's gonna be the first one I do, where it's gonna be like the carnival games where like, you know, where like the little things would pop up and you shoot it with like the water gun or whatever. I think I'm gonna do that, but with the slime gun. Not Chipotle. I'll have Chipotle tomorrow. Please make another YouTuber into a slime? Maybe. +1 keyboard escape. Oh, they're doing theirs at the same time? Why would they do that? Should make more admin pans than just admin meal. I've been thinking about something. I think a funny thing to do would be to make a mutation that you can only get during the admin abuses. For example, like an upside down slime, I think could be funny. And it would just have like the upside down mutation. I don't know. And like weird stuff like that. Okay. The issue, Felipe, is that the time that I do it at is already pretty early for me. So what do we need? Just a toss. Oh, and a cooldown. Five hours earlier? That's just not possible for me. Okay. That looks good. We have a cost, we have a cooldown, a getter. This will automatically get all tagged. This should be persistent. So it will always exist. That's all good. Yeah, that all seems fine. So then when we request to join, each player has a current minigame that they're in. If they're already in one, you can't join. You need to make sure that it's unlocked also. So I'll say local minigame data will be data service. What the? What's I name this? Mini games. If not minigame data or os.time minus minigame data dot the cooldown previous play. Actually, hold on. We should do purchase. So, or not purchased. If in previous play os.time and we need minigame info also. It's 5 p.m. for me right now. Why did the +1 keyword escape put theirs the same time as mine? I had first dibs, bro. That's crazy. When is the next mutation after inverter coming out? I'm thinking about adding one soon. We'll see. No extra. I've never been in hidden devs. Then here we would like teleport. I guess, let's see. I guess it shouldn't start until the player actually like first clicks, like the cooldown, right? So if you already have it, then you already have it. Is there ever a scenario where purchase would be false? Maybe. I don't know. Let's just be safe. I don't really think this is even necessary. I think we can just do this. Yeah. Obviously, we need to check if you can afford it first, though. If data service. Cooldown. We don't need cooldown in here. That's not needed. Okay, good. What? Don't need that. You purchase it, and then you're able to join. That all makes sense. When we join, then we're gonna actually teleport to the real minigame. I just realized this should just be the entrance. Dude, when is Copilot or AI gonna understand that we don't need to write pairs anymore? Oops. For real, Carter? That's crazy. Because they wanted to collab like last week, so that's insane. If that's true. I want this to be entrance. Okay. So this will register all of the entrances. That's all good. That makes sense. Okay, let's just commit this for now. I don't know if I added that. One sec. What? That is so weird. I don't know why it created a debug.json file just randomly. Okay. Commit this. Minigame's gonna cost coins. To unlock it, like how with the machines, you have to pay to unlock it once. It'll be like the same thing. You'll unlock it once with coins, and then you'll own it, and then you'll be able to replay it as many times. It'll have a cooldown though. We'll say purchase flow backend. We continue to roll in minigames? Yes, of course. Okay. Then on the client, we need to create the UI for purchasing, the UI for entering, which would be like a proximity prompt kind of thing. The kind of just the flow on the client. Oh, I forgot we also need to make sure you have the zone. That's kind of another thing. I'll say local, I could just do if, yeah, I'm glad you like it. Eat. Yeah, that's kind of a little goal with this Ven is to give a little bit of like active play. But there's also like another big thing in the works that I'm not working on that will be coming soon. That I'm not gonna say too much on. Do a backflip if not AI. No way. That was crazy. You see that? You're still gonna make YouTube videos? Yeah, I still want to. Just not not enough time. Bet your 7-day co-play is good. Yeah. Hey, sup, doggy. Add a goop skill tree. Nice TW instead. Okay, and then I also need to do this. And then let me actually initialize these. Ignore those errors, it's fine. So this will get Minigames here. So like theoretically this potentially might not load in right away. I could hook it into like I could add like Minigames on entrance added. And just leave it like a stub. Yes, yeah, we want to make sure that this happens after this. So then issue is that this will be kind of backtracked. I guess what we can do is have this be a callback instead. And then we can loop through. Callback info, or not info. This would just be ID. I actually hate this though. But that's so bad. Okay, wait. Hey, well, like, do I just make this a signal? Like, at this point, it's like doing its own thing. I guess what I could do is, yeah, make a signal. Yeah, okay. This makes more sense. Okay. So then, I don't like how this is down here. Games, fire. So we'll loop through, make sure that they... I guess we could just do as entrance, then we can do that. Otherwise, Minigames, game info added. It'll be ID, right? Yeah, maybe gamer. I thought maybe doing like slimes as UGC would be cool. These are persistent, so they always exist. Graduate in 11 days. Hype. Yeah, I mean, MO Julie, I didn't ping or anything, like the server. So it's just whoever happens to have found me on YouTube. Yeah, it's a lot more peaceful. When are they adding the class keyword, by the way? Hopefully never. Okay. Make some templates. Templates are the stain on existence. Taco Tuesday. I would say I'm less stressed now. I think the game has probably reached its peak. And we're chilling now, and it'll probably start going down and then eventually settle. Unless there's like a banger update, you know. But I definitely was very stressed right away. It also was like exciting. I don't know. I'm chilling. Okay. Um this will need like 2 screen GUIs. Well, kind of. There'll be a join, probably proximity prompt, and then a by billboard GUI. And the by billboard GUI will be the same, essentially, as the machines use. How is that an invalid parent? Entrance dot parent dot name. Oh, I never 2-numbered it. Genius. I like Vide. Like, should it just be this same kind of billboard? Like, it works. Does it need to be anything else? Okay, now that everything's set up, I should be able to add the purchasing fairly easily. Yeah. Thing is, I don't know if we need this. Like, having a whole class for this seems so overkill, but maybe not. Thing is, like, each entrance will have to listen to, like, the player's state, which is, like, if it's owned, like, each one has its own state. Each entrance, if it's owned, the cooldown of it, it'll have, like, the cooldown displayed, it'll have the text of it displayed, and that's, like, unique per minigame entrance. Maybe classes aren't absurd. First to unlock it for a one-time purchase. I know that doesn't make sense, but it'll figure it out. Use a billboard. Same exact style slash way as the machines use for their buy button. Once purchased, a proximity prompt should be shown that allows the player to request to join the minigame. As long as it's not on cooldown. If the minigame is on cooldown, display the timer on the entrance using a billboard GUI. Look at how UI is done throughout the project and follow similar standards. Okay. What minigames are you adding? I don't know yet. I'm just getting it in place so that I can add minigames, basically. Yeah, use Vide. Gotta pre-prompt your AI? Really? I'm thinking about doing another... I don't even know if this would be a minigame or not, but I think it'd be funny to do like slime plinko, where instead of like dropping a ball at the top, you drop a slime at the top, and then you don't know... I don't know what the rewards would be for that, but like... I don't know. Goop rewards? Yeah, maybe. Just based off your slime's DPS and like where it lands. Thing is, I don't want you to like lose. Yeah, I agree, Mo. And we are working on stuff. It just takes time. And I know players are hungry. I think Hayden's... There needs to be obviously some like balance to it, and that's kind of a bad answer, but I think they can be worthwhile. I think Pet Simulator does a good job at them. Consume the slime in the Plinko roll. I don't know though, because people like... some kid will use their slime and lose it and then be so sad and then quit the game. It just gets weird. I killed it on Tank Talk. Thanks for hey. It was fun. It was a good time. I haven't considered that XQ. That'd be kind of... That's like adding like a whole like almost like house building system. It gets weird. A slime version of cornhole? Yeah, maybe. Nah, no future for crash bots. It's just... It would need a basically complete rework, and it just like... I don't know. I'm happy with the core system of the game, despite fully knowing that it's not good for Roblox. And I don't want to spend time like reworking that just to like, I don't know. No point, basically. Yeah, I mean, like, technically and like mechanically, Crashbots is definitely the most like advanced game I've ever made. Um, but just because it's technically advanced does not make it a good game. What? Dude, like, what is Codex doing? This is so bad. I'm on high, too. Let's check the string of it. Dude, like, what is this? If the message is you are already playing a minigame, you are already playing a minigame. Just, what? Insane. Is Codex really good? It's okay. It does lots of really crappy stuff, if we're being honest. But a lot of the times it does work. But it does just kind of like suck. Like code. And it like pains me, but it does work. Yeah, I find they just add so much bloat. It's like, it's kind of insane. This function is disgusting, if we're being honest. This, it should know better. Like, this is really bad. Why are we updating on Heartbeat? Oh my god. What are we doing? Oh no, 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 no. That is bad. The worst part is that it'll like probably work. Yeah, I have the MCP set up, but I find that the MCP is literally just slow. Oh. Like, dude, it just pains me. It just genuinely pains me. No, I don't know what the rewards will be yet. I do want each minigame to have like an exclusive slime tied to it, though. Yeah, I could definitely milk the whole like YouTube thing and actually make videos on like it'd be so easy to make the like I made the #1 game on Roblox video and get tons of subscribers from that. But I'm just like I have too much going on. I have a degree in computer and electrical engineering. Thought some people make copy games or games similar to Slime RNG. I'm fine with similar, like I get it. People that actually steal assets is like literally illegal and will get taken down and DMCA'd and all that. But yeah. I think if you're the 100th person to copy someone's game, it's not like you're not doing anything there. But this is so bad. I might just like completely undo all of these changes because these are horrible. Yeah, I'm just gonna discard everything. These are really, really bad. Yeah, no, especially with AI now, because you can just rip the front end and then AI can do the back end. Because that's like the easiest for the AI. Having all of the front end, everything set up, the AI doesn't need to actually visually see anything at that point. They just need to do the back end. Okay. This turned out horrible. That was a terrible prompt. Let's do that. So then we're gonna need like 3 different things. A timer, I bet we could just use one billboard for all of this. Yeah, let me make a components, new file, minigame entrance billboard. Do I have a billboard GUI? No. I'll eventually make more scripting tutorials. Just been very busy lately. We obviously need what, a Dorney? How am I doing it for billboard roots? Okay, how am I mounting this? Oh. That's how. Okay. Oh, I hate that so much, but... Okay. It's fun. Just years of experience, Pyro. Okay, we'll create a billboard GUI. The actual size of it. Let me just experiment a little bit. It'll just be in this little root part. It'll be always on top. This will be 1 by 1. Probably want this to be like, what? 10? 10? Sure. Robot box organizer video? Which one is that? Like one of my old robotics videos? Yeah, I used to do a lot of robotics. How old were you when you started developing? I was full-time, like 5 years ago, but I was always messing around before that. So, I don't know. So we're gonna have 3 states. We're gonna have the buy state, we're gonna have the countdown, like cooldown, and then we're gonna have the play state. And to determine what state we're on, we need to see if you own it. So I'll say, local minigame data will be get data source. Minigames and props.id. So this will basically subscribe to this value in your data. And we can do data template dot data. This will be a Vide dot source. We also then need the current time, which is fine. We can get that easily. We also need this will tell us purchased or not. It'll also tell you when you last played. I think that's everything actually. Yeah, that actually is everything. I can't type. If not data or data dot purchase. So if you don't have this data or you haven't purchased it, then return. Let's just say purchase. I think I'm gonna use a Vide.switch statement, I wanna say. Otherwise we need to do get the current time. So local cd will be it's server time source minus data dot last played. This will just be a number. Previous play. Yeah. If I can just do this. Turn if cd is, there we go. And then I'll say local switch equals Vide switch. And I'll say Vide dot or just switch date. I forget. Is it like this? You said a new MCSR PB? What'd you get, Lua? What does get data source for? It allows me to subscribe to values using my data service, but like in Vide, since 1741. Not bad, not bad. Hunt for the sub 15. What's yours? Mine is 12, I want to say. Let me check. I actually forget. Uh, 1246. I've played like 10 games this season and I'm so trash now. I'm so washed. But 1246. I need to coming back after not playing for like a month, multiple months. I'm absolutely washed. Slower than Dirt Monster is all that matters. Okay. Okay. I'll do yeah, it's fun. You're like a global CSS sheet for that? No, what I do is I just make primitives. Like text labels, whatever. Or like frame. So that like I can do things like I can add a drop shadow, which I will do. Just directly. And that has like, or I can like add a prefix, that kind of thing. Or just directly add a stroke to it. I'm gonna use the defaults though. No, it's just a second text label underneath it. Why do these? This is my text label primitive. It looks worse than it is. Do you know if UI shadow is compatible with text? I don't believe it is, actually. What minigames plan on adding? I don't know exactly yet. I'm just putting the whole system in place so it's like easy for me to add them right now. So this will get what? ID and root? Yeah, we also need to say adornee. If I could just do local cd right this. Oh, but that gets really tricky actually. Never mind. You also that in here. Are we just repassing this? I feel like we shouldn't. We should send the minigame data along with. Actually, hold on. Look at sent here. We need to essentially create a function that returns. Okay. Purchase. Let's just start with what? Cooldown. I'll say ID. Can't wait to start using Visual Studio. What are you waiting for? Any scaling troubles? 1.5 million CCU. The biggest scaling issue that we've had so far has been the actual codes, like where people redeem them. Like limited use codes just don't work anymore. So instead of doing limited use codes, we do like time-based ones. So like they're only open for like 10 minutes. Because like 50,000 people trying to change an index in a data store at the same time right after an update is never going to work naturally. Yeah, exactly, Walru. Yeah. The issue is that, say, a code has 10,000 uses on it, or even 100,000 uses on it. Whenever someone uses that code, it needs to decrement the amount of uses that like it goes from 10,000 to 9,999, right? That is like a read and an update anytime it tries to use it. And then I guess before you even try and use it, you need to read it to see if there's any uses left. So, and when you call an update on a data store key, it locks it so that no other like sets can actually happen. So it just like those limited use codes just don't scale. But just making them timed is easy enough. Okay. Will this always work? Yeah. I want this to be smaller. Maybe like that big to that. Okay, that should be good for the cooldown timer. We'll take a look at it later. That seems good at first glance. Yeah. I'll say just like purchase frame. What will this be? I guess we can just wrap it in a frame. Whatever. And then I'll do a stylized button. The theme of green. Cost will be Minigames get props ID.cost. Actually, how did I do? Oh, currency label. Oh, then we don't put the text in. Oh, I see. The text is just buy. And then we do a currency label like on top of that. Okay, I looked away from a second and now it came into a political chat. Relax. Guess we can do this. Okay, and then we need to actually mount these, which I guess we're just doing inside of this, which like is pretty horrible, but whatever. I guess we can. Um. We just call what? Oh, not like that. That. Uh-oh. Like, what? What else do we need? Dorney. Dorney will be self.minigameinfo.entrance.root. I think that works. Rip. Dude. Alright, what are the odds this works? Let's say 0. Okay, yeah. This seems wrong, but pretty sure this needs to be wrapped in a function. Okay, actually not bad. It actually worked. Is this final? Yep, that's the final. That's what it's gonna look like. Hello, Carlos. What is this white frame here? What? Oh my god, I'm dumb. That white frame literally exists. So why? That is so dumb. Why are billboard GUIs not active by default? Okay, cool. How did I do this for the other ones? Doesn't make sense. Does the text scale weirdly for the other ones? No. Is it a fixed size though? Yeah, it is. Okay. So I need to make this a fixed size, otherwise this won't be able to scale correctly. It's annoying, but whatever. Makes sense. Actually, that's fine. Derp dude, your last stream, I know your chat was making you so mad. I was reading some of the messages. I was just dying laughing. Every other one. Okay, let's make that a bit bigger. Maybe even like 45. Something like that. I mean, dude, screw it. Not just do the, well. Yeah, cool. And then what? Be nice if I actually called the function. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, let's just prop drill this. Dude, it just tried to do void for the type. That's hilarious. Prop drill all the way. Let's go. Add new mutation? Maybe. I'm thinking about it. Why did this not work, by the way? What do you get after completing these? I think each minigame will have an exclusive slime that's like rare to get by completing it, and then also just like random rewards. Like I'm thinking maybe like a goop potion. Or like I don't know, random stuff. Yeah, potentially like dice, that kind of stuff. Current. Is it called currency? It is, right? No. Okay. My bad. Yeah, I don't know exactly the rewards. I think for sure, like, a rare exclusive slime they can only get from the mini game. That'll be like the chase item. Minigame UI components, minigame entrance, billboard 97. Minigame and billboard 97. Wait, what? Shout out to the LARPers out there. There we go. Okay. And then... what's the cooldown on this? 30 seconds. Perfect. Why is it counting up? Let's play. Yeah, that makes sense. Get rid of the colon. Okay. Okay. So that all works. You can purchase mini games. The cooldown seems to work as well. Once the cooldown's up, you would be able to join. I don't really want to do a proximity prompt, to be completely honest. I feel like proximity prompts... Like, I would want to do, like, a custom one. So... Yeah, well... Hey, Luke, I'm doing good. What does this look like? Maybe just a square? How about... No, I've never made a map in Fortnite. I wonder if I could make... And just say, in creating Slime RNG, did you think it was gonna blow up like this? I knew it was gonna do well, but I think it's hard to ever imagine the full scope of it. I think it would be very hard to imagine and like predicting any game to be a top 5 game. Even though the RNG game genre was kind of bloated, what made you think the idea was worth pursuing? I actually disagree that the RNG genre. Lots of the RNG games that are out there had basically no gameplay to them. You're just sitting there spinning and doing nothing. Like, what, 2 years ago at this point, I made Tower Defense RNG, and there was lots of, like, really, really positive things about that game, but just the genre itself was pretty niche. Hey, thanks, Alec. Appreciate it. Okay. I'm having it generate a primitive proximity prompt, like custom, that I can use with Vide. We'll see if it actually turns out how I want it to. Like, so bad. Dude, did codecs get worse over the last couple days? Or like last week? Like, it genuinely feels quite a bit worse. Like, what are we doing here? What is read or? So can I just do... I don't know. Let's just see what this looks like. Return prox... Like, wait, what? X button. What do we actually need? Adornee? This is just garbage. Okay, here's what I actually want it. I want it to be a stylized button that is theme is black. I want the size to be... Like, it should basically just be that. I think I didn't. Yeah. Is there like a... For billboard GUIs, does anyone know if there's like a on shown or something like that? Like, is there an event there? Bruh. You have to like hack out your way around it. File to custom. Impulse. Wait, what? One sec. How do you change the goal of a spring in Vide? Am I dumb? Is it just the position? Wait, what? I want to set the goal, bro. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm like literally insane. I'm used to ripple springs is the issue. Even though I definitely shouldn't be anymore. I really liked the way ripple springs worked with when I was using React. That's like the one thing that I'm probably miss a little. Okay, this won't fully work with some text now that I think about it. Like, I might as well just use a scalar instead. Yeah. And then just do no. UI aspect, what are you doing? UI scale. This should be like 15. What? Oh. Dude, this has been so annoying to do. This is pre-recorded, really? Roads. Been good, been good. Why does this not pop out? Wait, what? It's so weird. The stroke pops in and out, but the text itself isn't. I don't have like text size or anything like that. That is so weird. Now I'm gonna miss it. That's so weird. I've never had that before. I wonder if I've never put a UI scale at this level. I wonder if it's like the stupidest thing ever where it's like everything needs to be wrapped in a frame. Like, I would not be shocked if this fixes it. I would not be shocked at all, actually, if this fixes it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's just like a classic weird Roblox thing. UI scales don't go past one like hierarchical level in just straight up green GUIs. Yeah, that is so weird. Okay. A little rough, but okay. I guess there'll be like a little animation when you buy it, so it won't be that bad. Okay. And then what I'm thinking is that... No, it's just the entrance to the minigames. I'm doing like the whole structure around the minigames before like doing the actual mechanics for each like individual one. The hack squad. That's a crazy comment. I gotta screenshot that one. That one is so funny. That is so funny. You must apologize for your own incompetence. Bro. That's crazy. Boom boxes. What do those even do? Dude, I don't know what I want this to look like. I don't know. I might end stream here, TBH. But I'm gonna continue working on this tonight. I want to at least get like the whole like outer shell of the system done so that I can just like focus on actually making the minigame parts. See ya, Quad. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna end things here. But actually got some decent stuff done today. Kind of a rocky start to the stream, but it may not seem like a lot was done. Like we just have some simple little brick and we're walking up to it and the UI's popping up. Like that would take 2 seconds to make. But there's kind of like a lot more going on the back end of things. Of like unlocking the actual minigame, the cooldowns behind it, and making sure you're actually like in the correct zone, that kind of stuff. So there's like a lot behind the scenes happening that isn't really obvious on the client, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna end here though. But goodbye.